what a day in the courthouse. First of all, the judge considers throwing the case out as a macabre scenario emerges. That little Caylee may have been placed in those bags, triple bagged like she's trash, duct taped, but still alive. To Gene Casares, legal correspondent in session in court all day. Gene, where did that theory come from?
Nancy, it was fascinating when the judge announced his decision that the charges would not be thrown out, but there was evidence for this case to go forward. The judge, in looking at the charge of aggravated child abuse, what can be done to a living human being, Caylee Anthony, he said he sees it, number one, by the duct tape, number two, by evidence of chloroform applied to the little girl, and number three, by Caylee Anthony being put in a black plastic bag and other containers. Nancy, Caylee would have had to have been alive to look at that in regard to aggravated child abuse.
Michael Christian, senior field producer in session, also in court today. Everybody, we are taking your calls live. That includes not only me, but the whole panel, everyone positioned there at the Orlando courthouse. Michael, Gene is right. For the judge to have considered the evidence in that light, he would have to believe that there is evidence that Caylee was alive when she was placed in those trash bags, alive and duct taped.
Yeah, and you know, this aggravated child abuse charge is extremely important, Nancy, because that is another way for the jurors to get to first-degree murder. If the jurors decide that this isn't a case of premeditated first-degree murder, they still have an option of convicting the defendant of felony murder. And aggravated child abuse would be the felony that would get them to felony murder.
Please, I don't want to hear the legalities right now. I want to hear about the judge's theory that this child may have been placed alive in those trash bags.
Yeah, that's what he said. Just as Gene said, it's a theory. It has to be proven, but certainly it's going to be something, if the judge can think about this, it's something that the jury is going to be able to think about it as well.
What is your reaction, Mark Littman, to this theory the judge has put out there based on the evidence that Caylee may have been triple bagged, duct taped, still alive?
Oh, it's atrocious to even think about that. And if something like that happened, certainly it's just horrendous. That would be something that Casey could consider.